We're finally being able to see all 10 of the maps that are going to be in Battlefield 4 at launch. Hey there broskies, it's Lupus, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about all 10 of the maps that have officially been shown to us and confirmed for Battlefield 4. Now, these are not all of the maps that we're going to end up getting, and it does not include any of the DLC maps. Even though China Rising is coming out at launch of the game, this does not include those maps, it just includes the vanilla version maps that we will initially be able to play on. So, I'm going to go through each and every one of them, but I will tell you guys that they do not have all confirmed names. Some of them I'm pretty sure have placeholders, and they will end up being confirmed later. And some of them we have actually had official names to replace the placeholders. So as you guys can see, they're gradually releasing the names as it keeps going. But we do get a good little image of what they look like and kind of piece together the puzzles that we've seen within the last several trailers that they've been showing us. So first off, the first map that they show is Siege of Shanghai, which we have all seen and we all know what it is. It is a Chinese city with massive skyscrapers, shiny glass buildings all over the place that you can get on top of, ride elevators in, and the biggest building in the very center is able to be knocked over and change the entire battlefield. And it's going to be a really fun map, and this will be the map that we are able to play during the beta. So if you've been wanting to play on Siege of Shanghai, then we're finally going to get our chance to play on it in the Battlefield 4 beta, which will start in less than a week. It starts on Tuesday, and I'm uploading this Friday, so it's not very far away at all. The next map is Paracel Storm, which we were able to see initially at Gamescom 2013, and later some people were able to go to LA and play a little bit more of it, and we've seen a lot of gameplay on this map. This map is basically a cluster of islands where a lot of Levolution kicks in. First off, a storm kicks in, causing massive waves, and the entire map to go from a bright, sunny island map to a dark and gloomy storm, where you can eventually make a giant battleship come crashing to shore, changing the layout of the map just a little bit, and the entire storm changes the layout as well. The next map is called Operation Locker. This is going to be a prison based in the Himalayas or some other massive snowy mountains. I'm assuming it's the Himalayas because the Himalayas are in China. But it's basically a prison, and some of the interesting things about this map is that whenever you get into an area where it is cold and then go to an area where it's warm, you will gradually have frost appear in the colder areas, and in the warmer areas you won't have frost appear, which is a really cool little addition that DICE decided to add, and something very interesting to me about that map, where the different temperatures within the map can cause different things, such as steam coming off your bullet due to the coolness in the room and the heat of the bullet. The next map is called Damage, and this map is really awesome. This is actually the map, if you guys remember, I showed a screenshot talking about submarines a while back where there was a massive dam. This is this map, and there's a massive dam against a bunch of mountains going around, and you get the kind of dam facility around it, some buildings and stuff like that, and eventually you can flood the map. The thing about this map is, a lot of you guys remember that in the trailer they showed a map where there was like a city and they were driving boats through the streets of it because it had been flooded. That was not this map. What I'm assuming is that happens in this map is, since it's a massive dam, what's going to end up happening is the map is going to turn from these plains, these grassy plains, to a majority water-based map, where everything that's covered in grass right now will be covered in water, and it's going to be very little land left after that massive dam breaks, which is going to be really awesome. And as I said before, there will be submarines on this map, and it's going to be a really sick map to play on. The next map is called Flooded, and this is the map that has a levee in it. A levee and a dam are very similar things, but a levee is not quite as big as a massive dam. And basically what ends up happening is, if you guys remember, there were two different dams that they showed breaking within the Battlefield 4 Levolution trailer. One of them was kind of curved and a lot larger, and one of them was a little bit smaller, and it ends up flooding a city, which looks really cool. This city actually reminds me of the flooded map in Black Ops 2. It has a lot, it's not as clean and shiny as Siege of Shanghai. It's a lot more, it looks like the city's more in poverty. It kind of reminds me of some Chinatown type look to it. And it's definitely going to be a really awesome map to play on. It has a lot of different levels, some scaffolding, and all these different things on top of the roofs of buildings. And it's definitely going to have a lot of stuff to visually appeal you, a lot of cover to hide behind. And then the change from a regular city to a flooded map is going to be something really awesome. The next map is called Abandon, and this map actually received its new name called Zavad 311 at the Eurogamer Expo, and a lot of people have been able to play it. From what I've heard, it's really awesome. There's a massive factory in the middle surrounded by some woods and such. And if you guys remember in the Levolution trailer, they actually showed a little bit of this map where there was this massive pillar or tower that ended up falling down and crushing part of the factory. And then another feature that they had in it was there were train cars where a guy was able to throw a grenade into the train car with an enemy and close the door, killing the enemy. And that was actually on this map, which is really cool. And just overall, this map seems really sick. It kind of has that scrap metal feel with the massive factory, except this factory is going to be much larger than the one that was in scrap metal. And you also have a massive wooded area surrounding it as well. The next map is called Golmud Railway, which we actually were shown in the latest This Is Battlefield 4 multiplayer trailer. And this map is a railway that is based in China, and it has massive fields and a massive mountain as well. And this map overall seems like it's going to be really sick. There's a train railway going through the middle of it, a pretty large one I might add. And mainly this is going to be a map made majority for vehicles such as tanks, jets, helicopters. And I don't really see much naval warfare going on here. I don't really see any, to be honest, because I don't see any water, because it is in the Chinese mainland. So this is probably going to be one of those few maps that doesn't have any naval battle going on at all, but it does seem really awesome, and I know I'm going to definitely be playing this a lot with my tanks and such. The next map is called Resort, or that is the temporary name, and this map seems really cool. What it looks like is it's possibly going to be some sort of rich condo coastline, maybe somewhere in Qatar, maybe somewhere in the Gulf Shores or California. And there's some really expensive resorts on the shore, it looks like, with palm trees and such, probably going down a strip of land where you get to go in and out of these really expensive looking resorts with a lot of detail I'm sure DICE has put into them. But if you look out in the water, there seems to be some sort of broken down ship. I'm not sure if it's some sort of cruise ship, a cargo ship, or once again another battleship or something. But that definitely looks really sick, and I really want to see more about this map, because overall it seems like it's going to be something really sick that we haven't really seen in a Battlefield game before. The next map is called Tremors. And this map looks a lot like Siege of Shanghai, where it has massive skyscrapers and such. But the only difference is this map is going to be at nighttime, so it's going to have a different feel about it. And according to the name, what I'm assuming is this map will have earthquakes that go on during the game, which kind of makes me think of Aftermath from Battlefield 3, except the only difference is it's going to start off looking like Siege of Shanghai, all nice, the earthquake kicks in, and we end up having something looking very similar to an Aftermath map where all the buildings are crumbling, there's debris falling down throughout the map, you kind of have to look out, look up, make sure nothing's going to fall and crush you. All that kind of stuff is going to be really cool. And if you guys remember in the Levolution trailer, they showed a guy shooting the shotgun, knocking out the lights and taking out some more guys. It showed some guys going through some metal detectors, and I believe that is this map because it looked like there was also a car garage. And if you look at the bottom of the building closest to the screen, there looks to be a car garage at the very bottom of it, so that's what I think this map is. And the final map we have is Dish, and if you guys remember from 007 GoldenEye, this was actually in that movie, and the only difference was the panels on top were not made of glass, they were actually made of concrete. But this is more of an accurate depiction, and below is some sort of jungle scene. Outside of the Dish is more jungle and all that kind of stuff. And the ability to shoot the glass and stuff below your enemies, dropping them to the floor below, is going to be really cool, because maybe somebody's going to jump on you and you shoot the glass below them, they fall through and they can't kill you, and then they're kind of confused for a second, they're dazed, and you can take them out. That's pretty awesome. And overall this map looks like it's going to be really sick, with a little underground little jungle that looks like, it kind of reminds me of a greenhouse effect where there's a jungle underneath, and it's just very hidden. It looks really cool. But overall, these maps seem really sick, guys, and I really am satisfied with the map direction that DICE has took with making these new maps. They're all something that really hasn't been done before in Battlefield. These massive maps that have dams, these cities, these really intricate cities, these resorts, this massive dish. All these kind of things are really different that before have not been in Battlefield games, and you can tell that DICE is just basically taking their map design to a whole new level, and we're going to get a lot of really intricate looking maps with a lot of detail and a lot of pathways. And we're definitely not going to get any maps similar to Battlefield 3. I actually made a video a while back talking about the maps, saying that they're going to have probably similar layouts to Battlefield 3's. But as I think about it, as I look at it more, overall, these maps look like they're going to be very different from Battlefield 3, and we're definitely getting a really awesome new game that we never really would have thought about. But I hope you guys did like this video, and if you guys have your own favorite map, be sure to leave it in the comment section down below. Tell me what map you're looking forward to the most. But yeah, if you guys did like this video, be sure to smack that like button, and if you like more great content, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.